K-N-I-C-K-S. That's what it's all about today. Good afternoon, Evan. How are you?
Oh, the birds are chirping.
Yeah, they're going to be chirping tonight.
It's a beautiful day in New York City, and I want to wish you a very happy elimination night, my friend.
That's the New York Islanders you're getting to,
right.
I suppose.
Oh,
there, right?
Did you see that? Joe Harris just hit another three. I'm sorry. I don't know if you saw that.
All good. I told you yesterday they're going to blow them out. And that the series was over. Congratulations if you're a Nets fan.
Two more.
The Brooklyn Nets did what they were supposed to do and expected to do.
Two more.
And they blew out the Boston Celtics in Barclays yesterday. So congratulations if you are a rooter for the Brooklyn Nets.
Thank you, Craig. I appreciate that, man.
All good. We can coexist in this town. All good.
Hey, remember when you turned on a microphone and said,
what did I say?
The New York Mets should put Jacob deGrom on ice because they can't win anyway? Part of that glorious night was that. Thank you, Craig.
You enjoyed that?
I did.
Listen, congratulations if you're a New York Mets fan.
I had a good night last night, and I'm expecting a good night tonight. We've got a huge basketball game. We've got a monstrous hockey game.
Yeah.
We got baseball games. Right now, Craig, it's a good time to be alive.
It is because the Knicks are playing tonight against the Atlanta Hawks, and we've waited these 2 very long days to get back on the hardwood, to get back inside Madison Square Garden, to figure out how we're going to get Trae Young off his game. And more importantly than that, let's be honest, Trae Young dropped 30, damn near had a triple-double, and the Knicks lost the game. I want to be clear about that. If Julius Randle plays better, the Knicks win. If they make a couple free throws, the Knicks win. If anyone other than Burks helps out offensively, the Knicks win. So you can win, and Trae Young could still have 30, 10, and 8 tonight. So this is not all about, Trae Young's got to be stopped. The Knicks have to play better.
So you're right, but I want to throw something in there because I think it's very important. And I know we don't look at this perspective, nor should we, but we're in a best-of-7 series, so you have to think about everything. A part of Trae Young's brilliance is not just him scoring 30 points a game. It's not just Trae Young floaters. It's Trae Young finding guys who are open. And I think if you're a Hawk fan, you've got a bunch of open threes that you didn't hit in game 1. So while I agree with you, and your point is right, I am not arguing with you. The New York Knicks need a much better performance from their star Julius Randle.
Yeah.
They need a better performance by R.J. Barrett. All that's true. I do think that if you're a Hawk fan, there were some points you didn't score because open looks were missed. With Trae Young finding ways to have his teammates open. So there's a lot of differences we're going to see in Game 2. Game 2 is going to be a war. There's going to be a lot of adjustments. And one thing you need is you need your best player to act like he's the best player.
Listen, I think the Knicks will play better defense against Trae Young tonight. I do think Randall, he almost has to, by default, play better. And I recognize that, there are trade-offs. Am I expecting 18 fourth-quarter points from Burks? Probably not. If you're Atlanta, are you expecting a 7-0 run courtesy of Lou Williams? You're probably not. So I recognize that there are trade-offs where some things don't go as planned negatively. Sometimes things go positively that you also can't plan for in the course of any one isolated particular game. But this is everything. Yankee baseball, great. They're going to play another 100 games. Met baseball tonight, great. They're going to play another 120 games. Right? Islanders, I get and respect. I'm going to put them to the side just for a moment without disrespecting them or their fan base because they're not the Knicks.
I understand.
But tonight is everything. Like, if you're a basketball fan and predominantly in this town a Knicks fan, I'm not worried about Game 3.
No.
I'm not worried about Game 4.
No.
I'm not hoping that, Game 7 happens or Game 6. No. Tonight is the season. I don't think the Knicks would come back from down 2-0. Could they? Sure. I'm not playing that game with you people today.
No. You're playing
Tonight
the right
is
game.
our season.
You're right.
This is everything.
I agree with you.
And if you're going to look back on this season fondly, you got to win tonight. Period. Stop.
I am glad that you're saying this. Because while I truly do what the Knicks have accomplished this year. They've had a great year. They've had a year no one saw coming. They've had one of the great surprise years you'll ever see. Now you're in the playoffs.
Yep.
It's none of this, I'm just happy to be here. Oh, the Garden was loud. Wasn't that cool? No. It's about winning and competing. And if they don't win this game tonight at the Garden, there's going to be a short series. Yeah. And that would be embarrassing. I'm sorry.
Listen, I'm with you. Not only that, We're the 4 seed. We're not the 5 seed.
Exactly.
We have home court advantage.
Exactly.
We are playing in New York City. They didn't land on us. We landed on them.
That's right.
You understand?
And this is the team you wanted. This is the team you looked
That's
at, rightfully
right.
so, by the way, and said, give me Trae Young, give me John Collins. I don't want Miami. I don't want Milwaukee. I don't want those beasts at Barclays Center, and I respect that. You wanted this team. So tonight, if you want to make this a series, if this is going to be fun, if we're all going to have a good time, if we're going to get over how amazing it was that the Garden was packed, you win tonight. And it starts with your best player.
Yeah.
And you know what? Not just tonight, not just this series. You want to pay this guy? You think this guy's the answer the next 5 years? You want to give him a max contract?
Well, it starts tonight.
If all of that's true, and Julius has been amazing this year, and even I love his son. It's adorable what's going on there. He's got to step up tonight.
Yep.
Max players step up tonight.
And it's out of the gate, too, because we're all going to be sitting on pins and needles tonight. If Julius Randle comes out and knocks down his first 3 and has a left-handed drive to the goal, makes the hoop, gets fouled, we're in it. If Julius Randle, and I hate saying this because I know it's over the course of the game, the worst thing that could happen for him individually and for us as fans, if he throws up a couple bricks, gets called for a foul, something like that, and it's like 0 for 5, with one free throw his first 5 minutes in.
100%.
That would be brutal.
But let me ask you this.
But I tell you this, Evan Roberts.
Yes, correct, Carton.
Since I'm Mr. Positive, this is for me. And I guess I did feel this way before game 1. I can't say I didn't. But now it's game 2. This is, for me, the most anticipated New York sports event for me. And granted, I was away for a bit. Sure. So I was not here for Yankee playoffs. I wasn't. This or the Islanders' Eastern Conference final run last year.
Thank you for inserting that.
Okay, got to give you that. All right. Got to acknowledge it. Got to acknowledge it.
I appreciate that.
For me.
For you.
Tonight.
Yes.
This is I got the spilkus, as they say. I have a feeling I've not had other than game 1. This is the most highly anticipated New York sports event for me in years.
Oh, it should be.
I am ready to rock.
Listen, you're very honest. Joe is always honest. I'm very honest about who your number 1 is. Everybody's got a number 1, whether they admit it or not.
Mine's the Knicks. Always has
Yours is
been.
the Knicks.
Yes.
No, it's like Boomer. Boomer's the Rangers. It's
yes.
Period. Stop.
Yeah.
Like, I've been honest that baseball's my first love, and it's the Mets. That's my first. Doesn't mean I don't go nuts about the Nets, as I certainly did last night, or you don't go nuts about the Yankees now that you're a fan. The Knicks are your number 1, and considering what it's been like the last 8 years, you've missed this feeling.
Yeah.
This feeling hasn't been there since the 6-game series against the Indiana Pacers back in 2013. A series that you were pissed off they lost. Why? Because they had home court advantage.
Yeah.
Because you went into that series thinking you were the better team. Does all that sound familiar? Because that's how you feel now.
100% right. 100% right. Yes. 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 Gibraltar is a girl. Yes, Evan Roberts. I am pumped up. I can't wait for tonight's game.
But I want to ask you a question.
What?
Because I have my opinion, but I admit I'm not a Knicks fan.
Go.
Are you confident?
Yes, I am.
You're very confident.
I'm nervous, but I'm confident.
Okay.
Yes, I'm positive.
Is it?
I do think the Knicks are going to win tonight.
Forget the series. Just tonight. You think they're going to win tonight?
I do.
Okay.
That being said, my concern, my worry, and I had the same for game 1. Sadly, I was right. I'm having a great month. What can I tell you? I don't want to be right all the time, but it just happens. It's a weird thing for me.
Yeah, you were right about Jake last night. Really
I was right about Jake last night, and I'll explain to you why I was right in a moment.
I can't wait.
Yeah, I couldn't have been more right, by the way, about DeGrom last night, who did strike out 9 in 5 innings and then got pulled after 60 pitches. Why play him at all?
Sounds like me now.
Yeah, we'll get to that in a second, all right?
Yeah.
Would I be shocked if the Knicks came out slow? No, I wouldn't. I really wouldn't.
You don't want another slow start.
But
you don't want that pressure because you're going to hear
I'm bothered
You're
by.
going to hear.
That's what I'm worried about.
In all seriousness, the Garden was amazing on Sunday night. We were in the building. It was electric. But you know what also happens at Madison Square Garden? You haven't heard it a lot this year.
Yeah.
It's world famous, actually. It's called the Garden Groan. The Garden Groan is when you hear 15,000 people yuck at the same time.
Yeah.
We didn't get a lot of that on Sunday night because there was so much enthusiasm. I admit this. I'm very honest with you. I love the sound of the Garden Groan. It gets me high. I'm a fan of it. You will hear the Garden Groan tonight, if they get off to a rocky start.
How you sit next to him for 3 hours the other night, Big Mac? I don't know.
Because I was classy.
I don't know.
Was I not respectful during that game?
You were fist bumping under the table. You were, erect and aroused over the garden. Ugh. And you sat there with a smile on your face. And Big Mac, you tolerated that.
With a Coors Light, no less. It was a rough.
With the Coors
It was a rough start
no
to the
less.
evening.
Did you just see that?
What?
Joe Harris hit another 3. Sorry.
I mean, it's the Celtics, dude. You were 10-point
Let
favorites.
me have my damn fun.
I mean, I told you before you left here yesterday you're going to win by 30.
Did I dispute that?
You know, and you're like, well, you never know. You got to play the game
One
still.
game at a time. I got 2 more to get to the second round.
I was going to text you 3 minutes into the game. Congrats, it's over. But I just didn't have the heart to do it.
And by the way, Craig, living proof of this, last night I had a great time. Blowouts
No, you didn't.
are fun. Yes, I did.
No, because what was fun about the fourth
Kyrie
quarter?
Irving breaking ankles, Blake Griffin posterizing guys, Kevin Durant getting Evan
But dude,
Fournier's face,
you were
ball
up 30
movement.
in the fourth quarter. It's like, come on, that's
Craig,
not fun.
You'll appreciate this
Go ahead.
because at times in this game,
Yeah.
you're going to love this. They were the Harlem Globetrotters.
Yes, they were. Yeah.
So, yes, I had fun.
Well, listen, I'm all pumped up for tonight. I believe I have the pulse of the people on that. And speaking of the pulse of the people, we are 2 days away from the nomination announcement.
Is it coming up?
It's always the Friday before Memorial Day.
Wow.
Yeah, and I can't wait to find out. I'm sure I won't be this year. I only came back in November, but I can't wait to find out who's nominated this year for the annual Pulse of the People
Any
Award.
rumors going around or nothing? Have they
There
been
is
tight-lipped?
There is one rumor out there.
Yes.
And I can't substantiate it because there's a whole new executive board of the Pulse of the People company, as I understand it.
Sure.
But there is a rumor that for the first time ever, the warm-up show of Jerry Recco and Al Dukes is going to be nominated.
So as a joint group, they'll be nominated?
That's just a rumor, though.
Wow.
I can't, I don't even know who the celebrity is that's doing the announcement this year.
Interesting.
I have no idea.
That's fascinating.
Yeah.
Well, good for them. They deserve it. They do a great job.
I don't know if they've gotten it yet.
Well, the fact they're even being rumored is an honor. And they don't even get paid for that show. So imagine that.
You don't get paid for the Pulse of the People Award either. The trophy itself is quite expensive, though, as I've been told. So we may need a little group effort on chipping in on that one this year. just saying, putting it out there. 877-337-6666. Luis Rojas will join us at 5:30 today. So see what's up with the New York Met manager. We'll get to the DeGrom stuff in the Mets for sure. A little bit later this afternoon. We got Yankees Blue Jays coming up tonight. Yankees finally lose the game. And the big story there is Corey Kluber. We have not gotten word yet on the MRI on Kluber's shoulder. I'm not sure, frankly, if he's had it yet. He may have already had it.
They said he was getting it today, so I
Yeah.
assume at some point today we're going to get an update on him.
Yeah, so we hopefully before we get out of here today, we'll find out. And, of course, you get the bad news yesterday on Noah Syndergaard that after one inning of minor league ball, the elbow wasn't right. And to me, that's more problematic than Kluber's shoulder. But also, to be fair, more in line with expectation. When a guy is rehabbing an injury, there's more of a chance that something's not right.
And also, we have to remind ourselves the timetable for Tommy John surgery. Some guys come back within a year, and it's great. Some guys, and I think the specific one I'll use is Zach Wheeler. Zach Wheeler missed 2 seasons and then had a horrible season. Then Zach put it all together.
Yeah.
So he effectively wasn't the same guy for 3 years. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen to Noah. I'm not saying that's going to happen to Luis Severino, who's also rehabbing. But Tommy John is tricky. It's not a one-size-fits-all.
I agree 100%. So, listen, I feel bad. A guy busts his ass to come back. Regardless of all the topless crap and the book club stuff, the guy has had to have busted his ass.
Of course.
To get back to even throwing a pitch.
But you hit on it.
It's just bad news.
But you hit on something very important, and I fell victim to this. We got to lower expectations.
You have to.
Severino, too, if you're a Yankee fan.
It's why I was saying to Evan before the show, Kluber and Syndergaard are very different in this regard. Syndergaard's rehabbing a major, major injury. There are going to be setbacks. Hopefully you don't have them, but it's more in line with the recovery that a guy's going to have a setback. With Kluber, there was no expectation, even though he has missed so much time with injuries, because he threw a no-hitter 5 days ago.
Yeah, but here's the thing with Kluber. Kluber's barely pitched. And so maybe you weren't thinking about it the last few weeks if you're a Yankee fan because he's pitched so well, including that no-hitter. But Corey Kluber had thrown 1 inning in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
So in the back of your mind, you had to worry, can he stay healthy? Now, we don't know if this injury is severe or not. This may not be a big deal.
He said
we
it's
don't
different
know.
than the last one. I'm not sure if that makes it better, but it's different.
We know nothing. The truth is, Craig, we know nothing. This could turn out to be a blip. This could turn out to be the last we see of the guy. It could be that extreme. But I think in Kluber's case, it's just a reminder that the Yankees were relying and still are on guys who haven't pitched a lot the last few years. Domingo Germán hasn't pitched a lot the last few years, different reasons. Jamison Tyone hasn't pitched a lot the last 2 years, and certainly Corey Kluber. When you have a guy like that, there's a lot of unknown involved.
Well, we got lots of hoops out of the game. We'll get to the baseball. We'll explain to you why I was right yet again with Jacob DeGrom being put on ice.
You were not right.
No, I'll walk you through it. It's got a story arc.
Okay.
It's got
I'm all ears, man. I'm open-minded.
It's got a protagonist, an antagonist. It's got all the things a good story needs.
Did you just see that? Kevin
What?
Durant blocked a shot. Did you see that behind you?
Oh, he's going to be insufferable all day today.
All day?
I mean,
2 more months, Craig.
They won a playoff game at home as a 10-point favorite
Yeah.
against an undermanned, bad Celtic team.
Yeah.
And you're acting like you
I'll
just
tell you
won the
why.
lottery.
Craig, Knicks fans can understand this.
It's unbelievable.
We don't win a lot in New York basketball.
Yes.
The Nets have won 1 round in the last, let's do the math, 14 years.
And that was against the Raptors, if I'm not mistaken.
That was against the Toronto Raptors,
Yeah.
a Game 7 in Toronto. I was in the building. Your team, same thing, by the way. Actually, it's been longer with only your 1-round victory. We don't win a lot. So I understand the expectations. I get it. And I understand 80% of New York claims they don't give a rat's ass. I get it. Yeah. But when you're a fan of a team, you care and you're excited. So don't tell anybody, don't be excited. I would never say it to you, so don't tell it to us. And last night in Brooklyn, we were loud. We were energetic. And I got news for you and this radio station.
Did you leave early?
We exist. Yes. No, I didn't leave early. What kind of question?
You had to leave early.
No,
Up by 30 in the fourth quarter, that's a good
Absolutely
chance to
not.
beat traffic.
No.
No?
I did my Brooklyn chant as the game ended.
Yeah.
And then I left.
Yeah. You're funny.